Yes.
Yes, it's live again. I think it's the live has started.
I will still এখানে ভিউ লাইট না গেলে তো হবে না। Okay, okay. Let me introduce. But this is Wasim Karmakar, Marketing Director of Dream Educare. I will be with you till the end. Let me introduce my company. Dream Educare is a consultancy firm. We are working for students who wants to go abroad for study purpose, undergrad, postgrad, and PhD program. We are working for many countries: India, China, Malaysia, UK, Canada. Today, live session, I am going to introduce the fastest growing university of Asia, number one university of Chandigarh. Yes, I am talking about Chandigarh University. I would like to introduce Chandigarh University International Admission Manager. He is a very enthusiastic, he's a very cooperative and very smart guys. Ishan Malhotra. Hello, Ishan. Ishan sir, how are you?
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Wasim bhai, for such a good introduction. And I would like to say welcome to all the viewers. And
Uh,
myself is Shan Malhotra, and I'm handling the student recruitment from Bangladesh for Chandigarh University. And Dream Educare is one of our very, you can say, new channel partner. They have joined us this year, but they are doing pretty well, and they are doing pretty well in the Indian education and sending students abroad. So today we are doing this session specially for the PhD fellowship program of Chandigarh University. So looking forward to it. Over to you, Wasim bhai.
okay, thank you. Please introduce your university to Bangladeshi students. Why Bangladeshi students go Chandigarh University as
Look,
one of the student
Chandigarh University is a state private university. We started as a group in 2002 as an engineering college, and it becomes a university in the year 2012. So it's a 18 years old group, but for a university, you can say that we are a young university, but at the same time, being the youngest, we are the best also as of now. So it's in the northern part of India, and Chandigarh is the name of the city on the which the university is named upon. So in terms of international students, currently we have students from 50 plus countries and Bangladeshis. We have a very good community of Bangladeshi students. And today we are here to discuss about PhD fellowship, where we are expecting some more Bangladeshi scholars to come and increase the diversity on campus. If I talk about the university, look, if ranking wise, Chandigarh University is NAC A plus university. We are an NIRF ranked institution, and we are only the few universities in India which have got A plus ranking under the NAC system. And Chandigarh is also the youngest university, as I've just said. We started in 2012. So becoming a NAC accredited university within 7 years itself is a proud moment. And also in terms of numbers, Chandigarh University right now is having more than 35,000 plus students on campus. We are having a lush green campus of 200 plus acres with all the modern facilities. In terms of education, we have 100 plus 50, 150 plus courses to offer to the students. So all in all, it's a good package for the students in terms of affordability. Student, a Bangladeshi student, or any student from outside India, when they are looking for the best quality education at an affordable price with scholarship, they can look upon Chandigarh University at any point of time. And the degree that they are going to get from Chandigarh University, it will be of global stature. Wherever you can go with that degree to any part of the world, and it is valid. Equivalency is there. Chandigarh, if we talk about the city itself, known as City Beautiful, it is the capital city of Punjab, and it's very easy for a Bangladeshi student also to reach Chandigarh University. We have airport over here, bus park is here, and the railway is also available. So any student who wants to come and is looking for education outside Bangladesh and some other foreign country, but affordability is what he is looking for, or quality education is looking for, definitely he can look upon India, and in India, then he can look upon Chandigarh University. Because itself, the surroundings and the university and the ranking and the education that we are providing, that is top notch in the industry as of now. So these are some of the points, and the rest, the students are very much intelligent these days. They can go to the website, they can check each and every detail.
Okay, Ishan sir. What are the opportunities of fellowship, a PhD program? Please tell details about these fellowship programs.
Look, if we talk about the fellowship program, we have started this, fellowship program for the scholars and the students, those who want to do full-time PhD in India, and they are research oriented, and it's a very golden opportunity for them. We have partnered with some universities from USA, and with that, we are giving the scholarship of more than 5 million USDs. So this is basically a research-oriented program, and we want to Chandigarh University, keeping in mind the current need. We are looking forward to, if, we can say, introduce research as well and motivate, the scholars to do research in each and every field. So under this fellowship program, student can come to India, get their PhD done, and while doing their PhD, they can get an opportunity to do teaching assistantship with us. And for that teaching assistantship, they will also, they will be paid for that at the same time. So this is a, one of a kind fellowship program launched by Chandigarh University, and we are fostering advanced research among scholars, and we are aimed at expanding the research capacity with global perspective. So this is a very good opportunity. I would want the students, I would want the scholars to come over here and join this program and get benefited from it. The duration of this program is 3 years minimum. They have to complete their PhD within 3 years, and with that, the following benefits like teaching assistantship. Like any student who got selected for the fellowship program, he will be getting a teaching assistantship of around 35,000 rupees per month. So apart from doing his PhD, he will be getting paid for the teaching assistantship also. He will be getting accommodation with meals as well. So accommodation university will provide. He will also get a contingency grant of up to rupees 1 lakh, the amount which will help him to, complete his research, any sort of material he required to complete the research. Uh, University will help him financially also. And apart from that, there is option of semester abroad. All the, candidates which are desired candidates, they will also get an opportunity to go abroad and do the semester exchange as well, and the semester abroad option is also available there. So these are some of the major benefits. And if we talk about what makes our program different, so one thing which is very important is Chandigarh University is right now ranked as #1 as a single institution in India for filing highest number of patents. This is a very unique USP of Chandigarh University, that we, from the very beginning, you can say that we are a research oriented university, and many of the patents have been filed. Many of the students or many of the scholars, those who have done research, their products, or you can say their research, some of them are at international level and national level doing tremendous work. Apart from that, the students, those who get enrolled in this program, they will get a opportunity to work under Government of India projects. This is also one of the very good, opportunity for them, a golden opportunity, that they will be getting an opportunity to work on live projects of Government of India, as we have a certain tie-ups with them. Apart from that, you can say that they will be getting a chance to work under government and industry sponsored research projects as well. There are many research projects which are being financed by many big players, private players. So they will also get the opportunity to work under. And mostly we have a very good, faculty, diverse faculty, you can say, from all the parts of globe. So the Bangladeshis and the other students, they will be loved to work under their guides. They will, they will get that sort of knowledge, which is unbelievable, I can say. So it's a win-win situation. It's a golden opportunity for the students. Yes, there is a proper process for it. But if anybody got selected for fellowship, definitely I would say that he should grab it with both hands. So
Okay,
these
thank
are
you.
some of the
Let me
updates.
ask.
PhD.
Okay, thank you. Let me ask another questions. If no one has publication, if
Mhm.
will he get also fellowships, PhD program?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Like you're talking about research
If,
publication, right?
if no one has publication, research publication, will he get a fellowship program? It's not
No,
regarding
no.
question.
Look. We are here to give opportunity to each and every candidate, which proves right in all of the aspects. We have a dedicated process. If the student checks all the points that we are looking in a candidate, a research proposal is something which is not required initially, but once the interview is conducted, once the exam is conducted, later on he can also submit us. But definitely, if someone is not having a research proposal as of now, not a problem. He can apply, and if he got selected, he can get the fellowship. So opportunity is there. We are not denying it.
Okay. You talk about entrance exam and personal interview. What sort of questions would be in entrance exam?
Look, first of all, if I talk about the timeline of PhD program, the students have to submit their application by 10th of December. So we are left
Yeah.
with only 2 days more. Today is already 8. As of now, we are not in any mood to extend the deadline. But if it increases, the students will come to know, because we are getting a lot of requests from the students. Those who are not yet ready with their papers, they are messaging me. They are messaging all the people in the university to extend the date because they're getting their papers ready. So we are looking to our options as well to extend it by 12 or 13. But as of now, the last date of submission is 10th of December. So the timeline is like this: last date is 10th of December. Then on 20th of December, we will be having an online exam. Okay. So if we talk about the online exam will be based on the past qualification of the student. Suppose a student who wants to do his PhD in management. Okay. If he
Yeah.
has completed his MBA, so questions related to his previous study, his last qualification will be there in the exam. Number one. Number second, journal questions will be there related to fellowship. So the syllabus for that will be out after 10th of December. All the applicants, those who are applying, they will get a mock test on the internet as well. Online on the website, there will be a mock test also where the students can go and give a mock exam so that they can prepare themselves. And the rest, the syllabus will be out after 10th of December. So we will share it with all the students. But as of now, the only detail is that it will be number one, we will test the aptitude and the analytical skills of the applicant. It will be a journal exam. Apart from that, we will also check the student on the basis of teaching assistantship, that whether he is ready to teach the students or not. Questions related to that. Number third is the past qualification. If he has done his qualification in MBA, questions related to MBA will be there. If he has done his qualification in MCOM, it can be related to that as well. So we will release the details syllabus after 10th of December. Yeah,
Okay.
and one more
Okay.
thing, as we were discussing about the timeline. So 20th there will be an exam, okay, and then
Yeah.
the result for that will be out by after 20th. On 26th, the result of the PhD entrance exam will be announced, and then after that, we will scrutinize the applicants, those who have gone to the next level for the interview, and the interview will happen from 4th to 6th of January, and on 12th of January, the students will get the information that whether they got selected for fellowship or not. So this is the timeline and this is the process. So as of now,
Okay.
we are left with only 2 days. So just hurry up.
Okay. Okay. Could you please tell me, sir, about if somebody don't get fellowship, how will they get any opportunities in a university? Don't get
Uh,
a fellowship.
Look, as of now, I can only say that if a student doesn't get the fellowship opportunity, there is no need to get disheartened. We have part-time PhD options available here as well. Student can go for the part-time PhD. The next intake for the same and the dates for the same. When we are going to accept applications for the part-time PhD, it will be released and it will be out soon. So those who were not able to get selected for the fellowship, they can come for the part-time PhD. So we can give them the part-time PhD option. That is also a win-win situation. They can sit at their home and they can get a PhD degree back home only. They only have to visit in part-time PhD. The student only have to visit us twice in a year, and that is only for submission of their thesis. And apart from that, when they are visiting us, either it's for 10 days or 15 days, the accommodation and the meals will be taken care by the university for the first 15 days. After 15 days, if he wants to stay, then it will be $5 a day. So it's very economical for them as well, and it's also a good way to complete your PhD. If you want to do part time, you can do your work, you can continue with your job in Bangladesh, you can just enroll for the part time PhD. The fees is same for the fellowship as well and for the part time as well. The major difference is that fellowship, number one, is full time, and other thing, in fellowship you will get a teaching assistantship, teaching stipend of 35,000 rupees per month. That is the major difference.
Okay. Part-time PhD holder get 35% scholarship, right? If his result is 50%.
Look, for part-time as well and for the full-time as well, for the fellowship as well, both of them will get an opportunity to get 50 to 35% scholarship.
Okay. Okay. How many PhD researchers under professor? Researcher under a professor. How many researchers can
Look,
exist?
you can say it will be as per the PhD, norms, as per the rules led by the government. So as of now, I don't have the current information on it that how many researchers will be there under one guide, but that is about the academics part. So you will get the information on it, no problem. Students can visit the website and they can check it out. But it will be as per the industry norm. There, it will not be like that under only one guide. We will be having a lot of researchers. It will not be like that because we are not new to it. It's not like that we are new to it. We are doing this, as I have told you, we are the single institution with highest number of patents. So quality wise, no compromise. Uh, your voice is mute, Mr. Wasim. It's on mute. You need to unmute it.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
now
So
it's
okay. Sorry. Sir, tell
no
me
problem.
about field work for PhD holder.
What work?
Field work. PhD holder have field work. PhD holder so many field work. It could be India or outside other countries.
No, it will be in India only. It will be, as of now, it will be in India only. The candidates, those who wants to do it outside India also, we have options for them. The desired candidates, if they are doing well, it depends on the performance of the person. It depends on the performance of the researcher, what sort of research he is doing, what is his subject, what is his core subject, what sort of practical work he is up to, and what are the implications of that practical work in journal world. So there are many factors which we have to look upon, because such opportunities are not for everyone. It is for only the top students or the top scholars only, those who are very good in their field. But yes, opportunities are endless, opportunities are there. It's up to a scholar with full dedication. If he's giving his 100%, he can grab the opportunity with both the hands. But field work outside India, it's also available. Not an option, not a problem.
Okay. Is this the first time Chandigarh University gave the opportunity a fellowship program for international student?
Yeah, definitely. For Indian students, we are doing research work from last, I think, more than 5 years. But for international students, as we have seen in today's world, after this corona also, now we come to know that research is very important. So Chandigarh University partnered with many USA institutes, and this Indo-US fellowship program we have come up with for the international students. And currently we are accepting applications from 50 plus countries. And Bangladesh is very big, is playing a very big role in that. Lots of Bangladeshis are
Yes.
are providing applications, are applying for the same. Many of them have been applying through Dream Educare also. So yes, for the international students, this is for the first time, and I think we are the only, you can say, only first university, or I think one of the few universities in India which come up with such a plan for the students, where the students in reality they are not paying anything, to be very frank. It's they are getting their PhD done, and at the same time they are getting on-job experience also. So as I've said earlier, it's a win-win situation for them. They can join us. Applications are still open.
Okay. Is somebody do better in entrance exam and a personal interview? He will get fellowship, but after reaching university, his performance is low. What what will happen is his fellowship will continue or cancel
Yes,
it.
in such a case, we will try to judge the applicant. That's why there are so many, selection criterias. Like first there is an entrance exam, then we will check the person on the interview aspect as well. So we believe that we will be able to scrutinize only those person, and we will select only those students, those who will excel in their field and those who are very well and they're dedicated also. But still, if that's a very good question, if someone comes there and he's not able to perform, he's not able to do the work as per we want, or do the on-job experience as per we want, so yes, ultimate discretion in the hands of the management. But it's not like that we will do any sort of inhuman thing with the student. Obviously, if he got selected for fellowship, our motive is to give him fellowship for the first 3 years. That is guaranteed by the university. But in exceptional cases, if we found out some sort of activity which is illegal, some sort of activity which is not as per the management, not as per the agreement, because there will be a proper offer letter, proper employer agreement which will be done with the students. So if the student is not following that, obviously, then the university has to take some decisions against them. But all in all, I don't think that there will be such a problem. But if there is, the ultimate discretion of the university will be there.
Okay, thank you. Tell me about holiday and vacation and how many
Mhm.
class have conduct researcher have to
Look, we don't
conduct
want to
part.
we don't want to burden the applicants and the scholars that are coming for the research work and for the PhD. So if a normal professor is taking, you can say, 4 lectures or 5 lectures in a day, we will only be keeping the teaching hours of these PhD scholars to 2 lectures a day, you can say. So we will not burden them. It's just that our students will also get an opportunity to learn from the international faculty. So it's just that we want to use their knowledge, and at the same time, we want to have them an on-job experience and do their PhD side by side. We know that they have their fieldwork, we know that they have their thesis to submit. So it's not like that we will overburden them. So we have kept it very minimal, which by which they can make a balance. So the balance for them, it will be easy to make the balance. We have such a strategy for them. So you can say it's around 2 lectures in a day or 5 days in a week. That's it. So not more than that.
Okay, we know every PhD student have their family. They are mature and they have their family.
Obviously.
What about vacation per year? If he want to come
Uh,
Bangladesh for 1 or 2 months.
vacation is like given to all the professors and all the faculties inside the university. It's like summer vacations are there in the June and July. In May, June, July, there is vacations in India, as you know. Then there are winter vacations as well. So all the normal holidays and vacations will be there, and they will get a chance to meet up their family. So that is not a problem. It will be like the vacations will be them for same as it is for the other professors and for the other faculty.
Okay, when he come Bangladesh as a vacation 2 months per year, when he stay in Bangladesh, he will get fellowship money at 35,000 rupees per month.
No, no, definitely he will get. Definitely, that is as per other faculty rules. It will apply to them also. The faculty is getting the payment when they are during the summer vacations, when they are outside. They get because they will not get they will not get leave like the students for 2 months. It will not be of 2 months. Obviously, it will be of less days. It will be around 20 days, you can say, or a month, but it will not be of 2 months, obviously. So when they are outside for the summer vacations, definitely they will be paid. Not an issue. So
Okay, thank
the
you.
general rules as per the faculty, it will applies to the PhD scholars as well on fellowship.
Okay, thank you for your kind information. I will take some questions. we will answer some questions at that moment.
Mhm.
Uh, Abdul Kader, MD Abdul Kader, want to know how many teaching assistant come PhD student in English will be selected in current session.
Look, for the current session, we are expecting to hire or to select around 12 to 15 scholars. So, but it can go, the value can and the seats can go up as well as per the desired candidates. If we find exceptional candidates, but if we find 20 candidates, those who are very good, so we will not say no to them. We will give them the opportunity. So there is no specific seats, but yes, we have we have capped the number of seats to around 12 to 15. This is what we are looking forward to. Rest depends on their interview and their exam. If they are really exceptional, if they are really good in their field, they have the teaching experience also, so they will be get preference. That is one thing which I want to share. The persons and the applicants, those who have current experience of teaching, they will be given preference also. So those who are live now with us and watching us and having a teaching experience, you have an extra edge over the other applicants.
Sakib Hussain wanted to know, I am a lecturer of geology. I did not prepare my research proposal. Will be okay for PhD.
Yeah, as of now, he can apply. He can give us the current documents, and then side by side he can prepare his research proposal. And if he can get it ready before 12th of January, he can submit us later on. Not a problem.
Okay, thank you. MD Abdul Kader again asked us, please provide us the syllabus of entrance exam
It was the
test.
syllabus. So as I said that the syllabus will be out after 10th of December. So you will get the syllabus surely. I will, share the syllabus with the Dream Educare and with our other channel partners over there. And those who have applied already, I think Abdul Kader has already given us the application and he has already applied. So he will be notified through mail from us. He will get the mail with the entrance exam syllabus. So after 10th of December, you will get it. I'm not able to hear you properly, Musim Bhai. I think it's again on mute either.
Sorry, sorry.
Yeah.
Dulal Chandra, I'm interested in PhD in accounting. Is possible?
Definitely, it's possible. You can submit your application and you will hear from us within 48 hours. Once we receive your application, then you can hear from us within 48 hours whether it has got selected or not, or whether it goes to the second process or not, basically. So, yes, you can give your documents and it can be done.
We receive another Shahadat Hussain Khan, same questions.
I think he has also applied. Shahadat has also already applied. Mr.
Shahadat
Shahadat.
Hussain. Yes, Shahadat Hussain already applied. What types of question will there be in test?
As I have said, I think I've already answered. The detailed syllabus the students will get after 10th of December, and the test is going to be journal. We will be only testing you on your aptitude and analytical skills. Moreover, what sort of subject you have chosen, it will be based on that also. So you'll get the syllabus very soon. No worries.
Musliuddin Rifat want to know, I would like to about how can I get fellowship Asia, a teacher in economics.
I think he wants to know about fellowship opportunity
Fellowship.
and want.
Yes, and teaching assistant.
So it's very simple. It's very simple. He can submit the documents and we will access his profile. And yes, PhD in economics is available. So if his, if his profile suits the criteria and everything is as per the norms, as per the requirements, as we are looking forward to, he can get an opportunity. Not an issue. But we need his application.
Okay. Shopnil Shomir want to know, I am a student of applied nutrition and food technology. If any possibility, public health and community nutrition and nutrition of dietetics for PhD.
I think we currently are offering PhD under food technology. So if he is
Yeah.
really much up to it and he wants to do it, he can submit his documents. And for the documents, I would like to say that the student has to submit his all the documents starting from his SSC till the last qualified examination. Like if he has done MBA, MCOM, or whatever master program he has done, he has to submit us those documents to us. With that, he has to submit his updated CV, his passport copy. If passport copy is not available, then he has to give his birth certificate. And if research proposal is available, then research proposal. And one thing very important, if anybody is having an experience, suppose someone is currently working somewhere or someone was doing work earlier. So those who are not doing work right now but have some sort of experience of doing any teaching or work anywhere, do provide us with your experience certificate of from your employer. And those who are currently working, they can just let us know the details where they are working right now. Just give us proof, and that will work. So these are some of the documents which we require. Rest, the document list is available at all our admission office in Bangladesh. Dream Educare is our admission office. Students can go there and submit their all the documents.
Okay, sir. I want to read another comments. Abul Bashar want to know, is there subject of drug design in pharmacy?
Look, in pharmaceutical science, we do have PhD. This particular, work field of drug design, we can check it through our research department, from the department which is responsible for conducting this PhD program. Abul Bashar can give us his profile, his documents. Within 48 hours, he will know from us that whether drug design is available and he can do that or not.
Okay.
Okay, so we
Let
need
me
his
add that.
application.
If Shadad Hossein Khan, if someone doesn't offer letter after paying 20,000 rupees, will the paid
Mhm.
money be refunded? Please let me know. He
Look,
wants to know.
if he's paying initially, as of now, we are saying to the students, they don't have to pay anything initially till the time they get the offer letter. If someone is paying to any of our admission office, the amount will be refunded if it doesn't get selected. It is a refundable amount.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time. And I want to talk with in our audience in Bangla. Uh,
Definitely,
like,
I would love to hear that.
and I also want to share my screen.
Yes, sure, sure.
ওকে, আমি আপনাদের সাথে আমার স্ক্রিন শেয়ার করছি। আমি আপনাদের সাথে স্ক্রিন শেয়ার করে আমি আপনাদেরকে যে বিষয়গুলো নিয়ে একটু আলোচনা করতে চাচ্ছি। To monitor screen sharing. Okay, screen sharing cancelled. I can't sharing my screen. আচ্ছা, আমি আপনাদের কাছে বলতে চাই, আপনারা অনেকেই হয়তো আমাদের এখানে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করেছেন, অথবা অনেকেই চিন্তা ভাবনা করছেন যে অনেকেই হয়তো প্রপোজালটা পেয়ে গেছেন বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে। আপনারা চাচ্ছেন যে দেশের বাইরে আসলে পিএইচডি যদি একটা সুযোগ থাকে ভালো, তাহলে আপনারা এখানে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করতেন। কিন্তু ইন্ডিয়া এর আগে কখনোই এই ধরনের ফেলোশিপ প্রোগ্রামের জন্য এই ধরনের অপরচুনিটি দেয় না। দিস ইজ দ্য ফার্স্ট টাইম ইন্ডিয়া ফেলোশিপ প্রোগ্রামের জন্য অফার করছে। আর এখানের টার্মস এন্ড কন্ডিশন খুবই ইজি। এখানে আপনাকে রিসার্চ পাবলিকেশন থাকলে কিংবা আপনি পার্সোনাল এন্ট্রান্স এক্সামটা হবে এবং পার্সোনাল ইন্টারভিউটা হবে। এন্ট্রান্স এক্সাম এবং ইন্টারভিউতে যদি আপনি ভালো করতে পারেন, তাহলে আপনি দেশের বাইরে ফেলোশিপটা পাচ্ছেন। যদি ফেলোশিপটা পেয়ে যান, তাহলে আপনার ওই ফান্ডের আধারে, এটা হলো ইন্দো ইউএস রিসার্চ ফেলোশিপের আন্ডারে একটা প্রোগ্রাম, পিএইচডি প্রোগ্রাম। এখানে আপনি যে অপরচুনিটি পাবেন, এখানে আপনি থাকা ফ্রি এবং আপনার খাওয়া ফ্রি, এবং আপনি এখান থেকে পার মান্থ 35,000 রুপি পাবেন অ্যাজ এ টিচিং অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট হিসেবে। তা টিচিং অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট হিসেবে দেখেন, আমাদের দেশের অনেকেই আছেন যে তারা দেশের কলেজে পড়াশোনা করে, দেশের কলেজে তারা লেকচারার, অথবা দেখা গেল দেশের একটা ইউনিভার্সিটির লেকচারার। কিন্তু আপনি যদি এরকম সুযোগ থাকে যে দেশের বাইরের একটা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ইউনিভার্সিটির লেকচারার হিসেবে কাজ করেন, এটা কিন্তু আপনার এক্সপিরিয়েন্সের জন্য বড় একটা ভ্যালুয়েবল হবে আমি মনে করি। আর পাশাপাশি এখানে অনেকেই যেতে পারছে না এই কারণ অনেকেই ফ্যামিলিকে নিয়ন্ত্রণ করতে হয়, অনেকেই ফ্যামিলির খরচটা নিজেকে কন্ট্রোল করতে হয়, এবং কেউ একটা ভালো চাকরি করে, কেউ একটা ভালো ব্যবসা করে। কিন্তু যখন আপনারা দেশের বাইরে যাবেন আর আপনারা যদি ফেলোশিপটা পান, তাহলে ওখানে আপনার আসলে কোনো খরচ হবে না। আপনার প্রত্যেক মাসে আপনি 35,000 রুপি, যেটা বাংলাদেশি টাকায় 40,000 টাকার মতো একটা আর্নিং সোর্স পাচ্ছেন। পাশাপাশি ওখানে থাকা খাওয়াটা এই ফান্ডের আওতায় থাকছে, এবং 1,00,000 রুপি পর্যন্ত আপনি কন্টিনজেন্সি গ্রান্ট পাচ্ছেন, যেটা আপনার এমার্জেন্সি ফান্ডের জন্য আপনি ব্যবহার করতে পারবেন। কোনো পাবলিকেশন করতে গিয়ে, অথবা কোনো জার্নালে লেখা প্রকাশ করতে গিয়ে, অথবা কোনো ধরনের ইনস্ট্রুমেন্ট কিনতে গিয়ে আপনার যদি খরচ হয়, এই খরচটা ইউনিভার্সিটি বহন করবে, ফান্ডের আওতায় থাকবে। এটা বছরে আপনাকে 1,00,000 রুপি পর্যন্ত সাপোর্ট দেবে। এই টাকাটা কিন্তু আপনি হাতে পাচ্ছেন না, এটা আপনার রিসার্চ পারপোজে আপনি খরচটা করতে পারবেন। আর তাছাড়া আপনি যেটা হাতে পাচ্ছেন সেটা হলো বছরে আপনি এখানে 5,00,000 টাকার মতো বাংলাদেশি টাকায় ইনকাম করার মতো একটা সুযোগ আছে। এবং আপনার 3 বছরের কোর্স ডিউরেশন যদি হয়, তাহলে 3 বছরে আপনি এখান থেকে ইনকাম করতে পারবেন 15,00,000 টাকা। এবং এখানে আপনাকে 35% স্কলারশিপও দিবে। 69,000 রুপি হলো ওদের টিউশন ফি। After getting 35% scholarship, your tuition fee will be 44,850 rupees. It's near about 51,000 টাকার মতো বাংলাদেশি টাকায়। 51,000 টাকা আপনি যখন এখানে টিউশন ফি দিবেন, এটা কিন্তু 6 মাসে আপনার খরচ। তাহলে আপনার বার্ষিক খরচ যাচ্ছে 1,00,000 টাকার অধিক, 1,02,000 টাকা। তাহলে 3 বছরে খরচ যাচ্ছে আপনার 3,00,000 টাকা। টোটালি 3 বছরে আপনার খরচ হবে 3,00,000 টাকা। আর আপনি 3 বছরে ওখান থেকে অ্যাজ এ অনারিয়াম হিসেবে ফেলোশিপটা পাওয়ার কারণে আপনি ওখানে টিচিং অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট হিসেবে ইনকাম করতে পারবেন 15,00,000 টাকার অধিক। সো আমি মনে করি এটা আমাদের দেশের স্টুডেন্টদের জন্য, এবং যারা পিএইচডি করতে চাচ্ছে তারা সবাই ম্যাচিউরড, সবাই জানেন যে এটা একটা গ্রেট অপরচুনিটি। কারণ অন্যান্য কান্ট্রিতে আপনি যখন পিএইচডি করার উদ্দেশ্যে যান, তখন আপনাকে এখানে পেমেন্ট করতে হয়, বিভিন্নভাবে পেমেন্ট করতে হয়। ইউনিভার্সিটি একটা নির্দিষ্ট হয়তো বা স্কলারশিপ দেয়, আপনাকে থাকা খাওয়ার খরচ পেমেন্ট করতে হয়, ইউনিভার্সিটি টিউশন পেমেন্ট করতে হয়, করে তারপরে কিন্তু আপনি ওখান থেকে আসেন। যার কারণে আপনি যখন এখানে কোন একটা প্রফেশনের সাথে জড়িত থাকেন, তখন আপনাকে এখান থেকে কমপ্লিটলি ছুটি নিয়ে যেতে হয়। তাহলে ছুটি নিয়ে যখন আপনি এখান থেকে যান, তখন কিন্তু আপনার ইনকাম সোর্সটা ওইভাবে থাকে না। অনেকের থাকে না, আবার অনেকের থাকে হয়তো। কিন্তু ইনকাম সোর্স যদি না থাকে, আর ইউনিভার্সিটিতে যদি আপনার লাখ লাখ টাকা বিয়ার করতে হয় এবং থাকা খাওয়ার বাবদ অনেক টাকা বিয়ার করতে হয়, যেটা অনেকের পক্ষে পসিবল হয়ে ওঠে না। আর যার কারণে অনেকেই পিএইচডিটা করতে পারে। আর পার্ট টাইম পিএইচডির ক্ষেত্রে আমি বলবো যে পার্ট টাইম পিএইচডির জন্য দারুণ একটা সুযোগ। বছরে শুধুমাত্র 2 বার আপনি এখানে ভিজিট করতে পারবেন। 2 বার ভিজিট করলে আপনার পার ভিজিট আপনাকে 15 ডেজ ওখানে স্টে করতে হবে। 15 ডেজ ওখানে স্টে করলে থাকা খাওয়া কোম্পানি দিবে আপনাকে, কিন্তু আপনি 15 ডেজ ওখানে স্টে করার কারণে আপনি পিএইচডিটা শেষ করতে পারছেন। আর এখান থেকে একটা সেমিস্টার আপনি দেশের বাইরে করতে পারবেন, এবং এখানে আপনি যে সুযোগ সুবিধা পাচ্ছেন এটা আর কোথাও পাচ্ছেন না। তো আমি মনে করি যে আপনাদের কাছে পিএইচডি করার সর্বশেষ সুযোগ এটাই। কারণ হলো অনেকের বয়সই তো দেখা গেল এরকম, যারা পিএইচডি করতে চাচ্ছে, আমাদের দেশে ম্যাক্সিমামের বয়স হলো এরকম 40 এর উপরে। তাহলে 40 ইয়ার্স এর উপরে যদি বয়স থাকে, তাহলে অনেকগুলো কান্ট্রি তাদের এই বয়স লিমিটের কারণে, এজ লিমিটের কারণে অ্যাকসেপ্টই করে না তাদের সিভি। যেমন আমরা যখন চায়নাতে অথবা অন্যান্য কান্ট্রিতে যখন পিএইচডি হোল্ডারদেরকে এডমিশন করাতে যাই, তখন ইউনিভার্সিটির বিভিন্ন ধরনের ক্রাইটেরিয়া থাকে, যে 40 ইয়ার্স এজ লিমিট, যার কারণে আপনারা 40 ইয়ার্স এর পরে ওখানে পিএইচডি করতে পারছেন না। বাট চন্ডীগড় ইউনিভার্সিটি একটা অপরচুনিটি দিচ্ছে, দারুণ অপরচুনিটি, যেখানে আপনার এজ লিমিট নাই, আপনি যে কোনো বয়সে আপনি ওখানে পিএইচডি করতে পারবেন। এবং আপনার যদি টিচিং, আপনার পাবলিকেশন যদি নাও থাকে এবং আপনার টিচিং প্রফেশনের উপরে যদি ভালো এক্সপেরিয়েন্স থাকে, আপনি 7-8 বছর যাবত হয়তো বা কলেজে চাকরি করছেন কিংবা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে চাকরি করতেছেন অথবা কোনো ধরনের কোনো প্রাইভেট প্রতিষ্ঠানে ভালো জব করতেছেন, আপনার এটার উপরে যদি এক্সপেরিয়েন্স থেকে থাকে তাহলে আপনি ফেলোশিপটা এখান থেকে পেয়ে যেতে পারেন। আমি মনে করি এটার জন্য একটা গ্রেট অপরচুনিটি। আপনি শুধু আপনার একাডেমিক ডকুমেন্টগুলো আমাদেরকে পাঠিয়ে দিবেন, একটা চন্ডীগড় ইউনিভার্সিটির ফর্ম ফিল আপ করার পরে আমরা অ্যাসেসমেন্ট করার পরে চন্ডীগড় ইউনিভার্সিটি আপনাকে যখন বলবে যে আপনি ফাইনালি অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করেন, আদার যে ডকুমেন্টগুলো আছে এগুলো জমা দেন, তাহলে আপনি অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করবেন। আশা করি সবাই এখান থেকে ফেলোশিপ এবং পিএইচডিটা কমপ্লিট করতে পারবেন। এই বলে আমি আমার বক্তব্য শেষ করছি। আমি আরো দুই একটা নিব, আমি আরো দুই একটা কমেন্ট নিব। হ্যালো স্যার।
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here.
We want to finish our live session, and till Saqib Hussain wants to know, I got first class both in BSc and MSc, second position. I have completed IELTS, but date has expired. I will get extra benefit. Will I get extra benefit?
Look, there is no such extra benefit as of now, as per his profile. The benefit or his admission will solely depend on his performance in the online exam and in the interview. So as per his profile as of now, there is no extra benefit.
Okay, sir. I think I have no comments, and we want to finish our live session. Thank you for your kind information, and you gave us better information about us. We think all of PhD holders who join in our live session, they will be very
definitely. I hope that all their queries have been resolved, and it was a fruitful session. Rest of the time, as I've already said, we have very limited time. Only 2 days are left. The last date is 10th of December. After 10th of December, we will not be taking applications as of now. If there is any extension in the date, you will get to know it from our end. But as of now, 10th of December is the last date. So I urge all the applicants, those who are looking forward to apply, this is the right time. This is a very good opportunity. Go for it.
Thank you. We hope every student who applied for PhD program, they get fellowship.
Definitely. If everyone will do well, inshallah, all of them will get the opportunity. Let's see.